depending on what the variety is, I've had microgreens last for 21 days using this method. So Icarusmicrogreens, shout out to Icarusmicrogreens, asked us a question. They said they're having a little bit of trouble with their greens only lasting a couple days. So we just want to drop a little knowledge on how to extend the shelf life of your microgreens. So one thing that I kind of learned the hard way, and long story short is we need to have airflow. So we have this fan set up right here on the shelf. You don't have to have these fancy fans. These are actually a little expensive for what you need. You can actually use, we have small hurricane fans on the floor right here. They're 22-inch fans, and basically we just angle them up in between the shelves to give airflow between the greens. So the airflow is super important because what happens with microgreens a lot of times is water will accumulate in the center of the tray. And so especially like whenever we're watering our microgreens from the bottom tray, so whenever the water transpires and goes up into the microgreens, it accumulates in the center. And this can be a real issue because if you go to cut the microgreens on the outside, they're going to be completely dry. But when you get to the center and start cutting these, they're going to be wet. So whenever you put wet microgreens into a container and then put them into the refrigerator, they're going to break down within 3 to 4 days. So we really want to make sure that our green canopy is completely dry before we harvest. This is going to contribute to a much longer shelf life. And then also another trick that I like to use is before I go to package the microgreens, I'll take a paper towel and you can just rip it in half. I'll put half of it on the bottom and then the other half on the top after I put the microgreens in the container. And really what this does is it creates a nice barrier so that whenever a chef goes to pull the microgreens out of the refrigerator, or whenever you go to pull the microgreens out of the refrigerator to put them in your delivery bags, there's going to be a little bit of moisture accumulation that acquires right here on the top of the container and down on the bottom as well. So having this moisture barrier just kind of sops up any excess moisture, and it helps to make sure that none of the greens get wet or damp below. And this is going to take your microgreens from about 3 to 5 days to 14. I mean, depending on what the variety is, I've had microgreens last for 21 days using this method. So guys, I really hope this video was helpful. We really enjoy doing video responses for you guys. If you guys have any comments, please post them below, and we'll see you on the next one.